Amanda Tsai, and this is part of my bridge training test out. Welcome. Before we get started, I just want to make sure that I ask about any injuries that you may have. Do I need to know about any body issues? How are your bodies feeling today? Everybody's
hypermobile. I'm good.
You're doing good?
Yeah, I'm hypermobile, but I'll adjust me.
Okay, so you know how to modify. Okay, well let me know if you have any questions during any of those modifications. Otherwise, we're gonna go ahead and get started. During the training, I may touch you to adjust for tactile cueing. If you don't wanna be touched, please just let me know. Otherwise, I will adjust where it's appropriate. All right, so your springs are set at 2 reds and a green. So let's go ahead and start lying down on our reformer and make sure your headrest is the way you'd like it. We're gonna have our feet parallel, hip distance apart, which is about 2 fist widths. Your heels are going to be on the foot bar. And let's go ahead and take a deep breath. Make sure you have your weights with you and come lying down. We're gonna inhale through the nose, expand our chest, and then exhale through the mouth. Contract and zip up as we exhale. Let's do a few more breaths at your own pace. Make sure we're practicing our Pilates principles as we go through our practice today. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth, keeping our neutral spine, which means we have a little bit of that space behind our waist. And we are being mindful and breathing properly as we go through. So let's go ahead and start. We're gonna take our arms straight up to the ceiling. Our heels are on the foot bar. Go ahead and press that carriage out as we bring our arms by our side. So again, this is flow 1.5. So we are using our weights as we do our footwork. Go ahead and take those arms back up as you come in. Go ahead and take the carriage out. Make sure you're not locking your knees as you take the carriage out. Use the springs both ways. As you bring the carriage in, drag it in, use your glutes and your hamstrings. Keep breathing, 1 breath to the movement. It doesn't matter if you exhale on the press out or inhale, as long as you're breathing 1 breath in, 1 breath out. Let's go ahead and keep taking our arms up and down by our hips. You can keep hovering them. Take them up. Make sure you keep pressing equally through the heels. Your toes are pointed straight to the ceiling, like you're against the wall. Imagine you're trying to press or lift that foot bar with your heels. As you move forward, keep those toes parallel as best as you can. Next time you bring the carriage out, keep it out. And then we're going to go ahead and bring it halfway in for our pulses. Start pulsing with our legs, and then we're going to add the pulses with our arms, just halfway. Again, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. And then go ahead and take the carriage out again, and then bring it all the way back in. Let's go ahead and take our feet out wide on our toes. All 10 toes are on the foot bar at the edges. Our heels are slightly lifted. We're gonna take our arms out wide. We're gonna bend our elbows. Get ready for our hug tree position. As we press the carriage out with all 10 toes, bring those arms right above your chest. Keep that bend in the elbow as you bring the carriage in and out. Make sure your shoulders are down and back. Make sure your abdominals are engaged here, belly buttons to the spine. Inhaling and exhaling. Keep lifting through those heels. Make sure you're using all 10 toes. I want your big toe and your pinkies to work just as hard together. Keep engaging the glutes and the hamstrings, as well as our abdominals. Make sure we're not locking our knees. And again, we're gonna take that carriage out and then bring it halfway in for our pulses. So we are gonna start pulsing up an inch, down an inch, and then add your elbows, bending and extending. Carol, taking them in and out, sorry. Love that breathing. And let's go ahead and take the carriage out and then bring it all the way back in. Now let's go on our arches parallel again, hip distance apart. I want your toes curling over like you're a bird on a perch. And then we're going to go ahead and again, goal post our arms and press the carriage out for our chest press as we keep curling those toes over. And then bring the carriage back in. Keep curling those toes over. Nice job. A lot of great flexibility here. Keep pressing equally through both arches. And again, our shoulders are down and back. We're using those upper back body muscles, your mid traps. You're also using your pecs here. Let's go ahead and take the carriage out again, bring it halfway in for our pulses, starting with our legs and then layering our arms in for our pulses. Last 3, 2, and 1. Take the carriage out and then bring it all the way back in. Last in our series, we're going down to our toes, all 10 toes, right at the center of the foot bar. Make sure your heels are lifted to a distance that you can maintain. We're gonna take our arms straight up to the ceiling, bend our elbows, and then get ready for our skull crushers as we press the carriage out and then bring it all the way back in. Keep lifting through those heels. We're gonna be about parallel hip distance apart, so just start to distance. Make sure your elbows are staying parallel so they're not going out too wide. Parallel elbows. Shoulders are down and back. Engage those triceps as we bend and extend our elbows. Keep lifting through those heels, pressing through all 10 toes. Let's go ahead and take the carriage out. I want you to keep it out. Bring those arms down by your hips, and then as you lift and lower both heels for ankle articulation, I want you to start your bicep curls. So lift and lower both heels for our ankles, strengthening our ankles, stretching out our calves. Make sure you're pressing through all 10 toes. Go as low as you can. Really strengthen those ankles, and then lift and lower. Nice work. And then let's go ahead and start our prancing and alternate with your hammer curls. So one lift, one heel lifts, the other one goes under. Make sure again we're not locking our knees, just keeping that micro bend in the knee as we lift and lower. Really stretch out those calves. Nice work. Let's go ahead and use our fast twitch muscles and go fast if you're running. Fast, fast, fast. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. Go ahead and bring the carriage all the way back in. You're more than welcome to keep those weights if you'd like for a bridging, but I would like for you to lower your headrest for safety as we get ready for our bridging. If anybody wants any springs added, let me know. Our encouraging. We are gonna start with our heels again on the foot bar, parallel hip distance apart. We're gonna have our arms by our sides to start with, shoulders are down and back. We're engaging our abdominals. We're squeezing our glutes and our hamstring as we start with our hinge bridge. Take your hips and those glutes straight up to the ceiling, squeeze the glutes on the exhale, and then inhale to come back down. Let's do a few more of those at your own pace. Again, our objective is to keep the carriage in as best as we can, so you should hear that carriage click against that stopper. Make sure that you are not moving that carriage as best as you can, keeping it still. Let's do 2 more. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the hamstring, make sure there's that straight line from your upper back all the way to your knees. We're stopping at our shoulder blades, so we're not going beyond our shoulder blades. We're gonna come back and take a quick reset before we get ready for articulation. I think everyone is okay to articulate. No one has any low back issues, so we are gonna articulate. So let's practice our beautiful principles for articulation. We're gonna start. We're gonna take a deep inhale, and then we're gonna exhale to slowly start peeling our vertebrae, one vertebrae at a time, low back, mid back, upper back, stopping at the shoulder blades. Take a deep inhale at the top, and then we're gonna exhale and then come down one vertebrae at a time, starting with upper back, mid back, low back. Glutes are the last to touch the carriage. Let's do that again. Make sure we're keeping that carriage in. Take a deep inhale, exhale to start peeling off one vertebrae at a time, like you're pulling a string of pearls. Let's stop at the shoulder blades. Take a deep inhale. Make sure there's a little bit of that space between your chin and the chest. Keeping that beautiful position, we're going up and down, articulating down one vertebrae at a time. Squeeze those glutes and the hamstrings to keep that carriage in. Keep imagining that you're reaching your knees over the foot bar to try to keep that carriage in. Nice work. And then slowly bring it down. Let's do 2 more at your own pace, and then we're gonna take a quick reset. Again, practicing our breathing here, exhaling on the articulation, inhaling at the top, and then exhale as you come back down, one vertebrae at a time. Beautiful articulation, everyone. Take a quick reset. Windshield wiper your knees side to side if you need to. We're gonna do 1 more set of bridges here. We're progressing. If you wanna continue with your articulations the way we just did them, that's fine. If not, we're gonna progress. All right, we're gonna take, again, our shoulders are down and back. We're gonna take our arms straight up to the ceiling. Our feet are parallel, hip distance apart. Let's go ahead and exhale as we start our articulation up, one vertebrae at a time. Stay up here at the top. We're gonna take our right leg up into tabletop, trying to maintain that stillness of the carriage. Take a deep inhale, exhale as you bring it down. Take a deep inhale, take the other leg up. We're gonna continue to alternate at this slow pace, and we're gonna match our breathing as we take it up, and then bring it back down. Keep those glutes up, keep them squeezing, engage the abdominals here, make sure you're breathing. Let's do 1 more on each side. Beautiful job, everyone. Nice work. And then we're gonna go ahead and take a deep inhale and then exhale to bring it down, one vertebrae at a time, slow and strong. And then let's go ahead and grab our magic circles if they're available to you. There you go, there you go. And I meant to get you first, all right. Let's go ahead and stretch out our hamstrings. I'm gonna give you a few seconds for each side. If you are doing them unilaterally, make sure you leave some do both sides. So about 10 more seconds. Grab a drink of water if you need to. All right, so we are gonna come up and change our springs to one red and one blue. If you wanna go lower on the waist, you have an option to just go one red, or even down to one blue if your shoulder is bothering you and you wanna just take it easy. But the recommended springs are one red and one blue. We're gonna come back down on our reformers for supine arm series. And we can put our headrest back the way we like it. So let's go ahead and lay back down. Make sure there's a little bit of space between your shoulders and the shoulder rest. So scooch down a little bit, just so that you're not hiking up against the shoulder rest. Let's go ahead and grab our short loops. And then we're gonna have our knees and feet into tabletop. So make sure we have that beautiful straight line with our hips and our knees as we go into our tabletop. Arms are straight up to the ceiling. Our abdominals are engaged. We're keeping our neutral spine as we inhale, exhale down. Arms by your hips, and then bring them back up. Make sure you're breathing Pilates breath, exhaling on the effort as we bring our arms down. Inhaling as you take it back up. Now progressions here are optional. So we can start with our chest lift as we lower our arms by our hips. And the chest lift is coming from your abdominals and your sternum. Make sure you're not using your neck to lift. Make sure you're engaging all the right muscles. Exhale as you lift into your chest lift. Another progression is to add a single leg stretch or double leg stretch as you come into your chest lift. You can also extend a single leg or double leg stretch. Let's do 3 more. Last one here. Let's keep those arms here by our hips. And then we're gonna bend and extend into our tricep presses. Keep those elbows hovering by your ribs. Engaging our triceps. Make sure we're keeping that beautiful line for our tabletop here. And we're not bringing our knees too close to our body, so keeping that 90-degree nice adjustment. Again, keep that progression going. If you want to add a chest lift as you lift and lower those arms. 2 more. And 1. Let's go ahead and take a quick reset. Windshield wiper your knees, shake it out. All right, let's go ahead and get set for our next series. So again, we're gonna have our knees and feet into tabletop, arms go straight up to the ceiling. Let's go ahead and bring those arms down by our hips. Take them out wide into a T, and then bring them back. Again, use your upper back body muscles here to create the movement. Your scapula, your mid traps, and your rhomboids here are engaged. Abdominals are engaged. Now let's practice our Pilates breathing here. So imagine you're expanding your chest as you take your arms out into a T, contracting as you bring those arms together by your hips. So practice that deep inhale as you take your arms out, exhale as you bring your arms together. Beautiful. Last 2. And last one, hold it here. Again, progressions are optional. Here you can lift, add a chest lift. We're gonna start with our small circles, and we're going to start drawing circles with our arms. We're gonna start small here and then slowly progress to bigger circles. Make sure you're keeping your arms in your periphery the entire time. So you're not hyperextending your shoulders. You're not going too far above your shoulders. And then let's go ahead and reverse the direction. So we're going to start again small, drawing small circles, and then we're going to progress into larger circles for 3 and 2 and 1, and slowly bring it back down. Go ahead and take a quick reset. We're going to hang up the left loop. We're going to keep the right loop in our hand. We're going to take it right hand up to the ceiling. We're going to have our knees into tabletop. We're going to add our left hand on top of the right. Again, get set with that beautiful 90-90 of your alignment of your knees to your hips. And then we're going to go ahead and start bringing our chest lift up. Torso is coming up, and we're going to rotate our upper body and turn into an oblique twist, and then bring it back up. So lift, rotate, go into your oblique twist, and then bring your arms back up to the ceiling. Exhale as you go into your oblique twist to the side, and then bring it back up. We are going to add a progression if you want to extend the opposite leg. As you go into your rotation and twist for 2, and last one. Come back and reset. Let's go ahead and hang up that loop. We're going to take the other loop. So left hand this time, and then right hand goes on top. We're going to have our knees and feet into tabletop. We're going to take a deep inhale, exhale as we lift our chest, head, neck, and shoulders. Twist to the opposite side for an oblique twist. Make sure we're twisting and rotating through our upper back and our upper thoracic spine. Engaging the abdominals, and then add that opposite leg extension if that's an option for you. Last 3 and 2 and last 1. And slowly bring it back down, hang up that loop, hug your knees to your chest. You can also windshield wiper your knees side to side. Nice work. Let's come up and grab a drink of water if you need to. We're going to our mats for our bridging, for our planking. We've already done bridging. All right, so we have a few options. You can always modify where you need to. You can always go to the springboard if you need to for your planks, or you can have your planking on your mats. I don't know what's wrong with today with my planking and the bridging. All right, let's go ahead and take a deep breath. We're gonna roll down to come down to our mats. So we're gonna take a deep inhale, take our arms up, and then swan dive 1 vertebrae at a time to come down to our mats. Arms are down to our mats, and we're going to hang here for a second. And then we're going to go ahead and walk our arms forward and come into our plank position. We're going to hold into our beautiful plank position here. Let's make sure that we have a nice elongated torso. Our head is in line with our upper back. Our abdominals are engaged. The glutes are squeezing. Tailbone is tucked. We're pressing through our arms. Inhaling, exhaling, belly button to the spine. Let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come into child's pose. let's get ready for our next set of planks. So we have an option to progress here. Let's go ahead and start with our beautiful plank position. And we can add our toe tap, so we can take the right foot out a few inches and then take the left foot out, bring it back. Take the right foot out, bring it back, take the left foot, bring it back. Let's go ahead and keep that beautiful plank position. Head is down, looking about 4 inches forward, so it's in line with your upper back. Let's do 2 more on each side. Really squeezing into our abdominals, tucking your tailbone, and then come into child's pose. All right, last progression here. So we have an option here for hip dips. So let's go ahead and start with our beautiful plank position again. Nice elongated torso, abdominals are engaged, tailbone is tucked, and then we're gonna start with our hip dips. The movement is coming from our obliques and our glutes and our abdominals, right? So we're gonna take as much time as we need to go slow and twist side to side, bringing our hips down a few inches on each side, alternating. Abdominals are engaged. Last 3, and 2, and 1. Make sure you're even on both sides, and then come into child's pose. Nice work, everyone. All right. Let's go ahead and slowly come off the mat. And then we're going to our springboard. So we're taking our yellow springs down to your shoulder height, which for most people is at number 8, unless you're tall and you want to go up to number 9. If you're in between, always go down to the lower one, all right? So we're starting facing the springboard, and our feet are parallel, hip distance apart. Make sure there's enough tension, looking straight at those numbers, so your torso is aligned to the numbers. And then we're gonna go ahead and start with our chest expansion. So arms go behind your hips, expand the chest, and then bring it back. So again, keep looking straight at those numbers. Our abdominals are engaged. As we bring those arms behind your hips, we're gonna start lifting our heels. So let's go ahead and start with our balance here as well as an added progression. So let's go ahead and take those arms, lift those heels. You're more than welcome to stay here in this lifted position as you bring your arms forward and back. So stay lifted here. This is a balance challenge using those calves that we warmed up earlier. Let's go ahead and keep those arms back behind your hips on your next on your next move, and then let's go ahead and start pulsing for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly release. We're gonna do 1 more set of those. Let's make sure we have enough tension. Again, shake out your shoulders. We're gonna keep those shoulders down and back. We're gonna use our upper traps, our upper back body, our postural muscles. Really engage them as we go ahead and start again. We're gonna start the series with our heels lifted the entire time. Let's go ahead and lift our heels, and let's go ahead and start bringing those arms back, and then take them forward, bring them back, and forward. Let's hold it here again, and let's go ahead and start with our pulsing. Pulse, pulse. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and slowly release. Shake it out. We're gonna go ahead and go about halfway down the mat. we're gonna turn our hands face down to the ceiling and hold those handles in our palms. Again, we're gonna take our feet a little bit wider than our hips, so about the distance of the mat, yep. Let's go ahead, start with our bicep curls. So we're gonna bend and extend as we go into our squats. So we're adding a squat as a progression here with our bicep curls. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Make sure your abdominals are engaged, your shoulders are down and back. Nice work. Make sure your weight is in your heels, so you can almost lift your toes. That's how much weight is in your heels. Next time when you come into the squat, I want you to stay in that squat. We're gonna stay here and we're gonna pulse, start pulsing those squats, and then we're gonna pulse our arms along with the squats. Make sure all the weight is in your heel as much as you can. Really engage your abdominals. Engage your adductors, your inner thighs, engage the glutes and the hamstrings here. Abdominals are tight, belly button is to the spine for 3, 2, and 1. And slowly come up, shake it out. All right, so we're gonna go into our wide rows next. So again, we want to keep this wide stance. And then take those handles, your palms are facing down this time, elbows are bent, and then we're gonna start rowing. Again, engaging our upper back body muscles and going to our squat as we row and bring it down. Elbows are in line with our shoulders as we row, so make sure your elbows are not hiking up too high. There you go. And then engage your upper back body muscles. It's okay if I touch you, right? Yes. Okay. Shoulders are down and back. Nice job. Looks great, Tammy. Nice work, Alessandra. Last 3. And 2. And last one. We're gonna hold. Let's go ahead and hold, and we're gonna start our pulsing. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and slowly release. Nicely done. All right, so we are gonna face the back of the room, so face me. And then we're going to grab the springs that are in front of you with our external arms, the arm that's closest to the aisle. Our feet are parallel, hip distance apart, and we're gonna stand up nice and tall, abdominals are engaged, and then we're going to take that, so make sure you have enough tension in your spring, and then we're gonna take that handle and then bring it across into our abduction, sorry. Last 3, and 2, and 1. And then slowly bring it back, shake it out. We're gonna grab the handle again with interlaced fingers. And then we're gonna go ahead and twist to the aisleway for our oblique twist. So we're gonna go ahead and turn and twist. Our shoulders are down and back. We're engaging our obliques, engaging our abdominals. Both of our hip bones are facing forward. Keep twisting and turning, using those obliques. torso is turning and rotating. For 3, and 2, and 1. And slowly release, shake it out. Next, we're gonna face the aisleway, so grab the handles from behind you. Make sure there's enough tension. Again, our stance is parallel. Hip distance or wider, a little bit wider than the hip distance. We're gonna get ready for our punches, so elbows are bent. We have a slight bend in our knees. We can lean forward slightly. We're gonna punch out, and then we're gonna twist and turn our torso. Okay, so bring that arm back. Take that arm straight, twist and turn our torso, bring it back. Make sure your elbows are staying nice and high, but not too high that they're going above your shoulders. They're staying in line with your shoulders. Shoulders are down and back. Engaging those abdominals, so you shouldn't be feeling this in your low back at all. Make sure you're really taking that belly button to the spine. Next, we're gonna take it double time in our tempo. So we're gonna punch and twist and turn and punch. Go double time for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Make sure you're even, slowly release, shake it out. Last in our series are our salutes. So go ahead and those handles in your hands, the back of your hands go forward to right about your head. We're gonna lean forward, and then we're gonna start on a count of 3 to 1, 2, 3 to extend our arms, and then bring them back. So bend and extend those elbows at a very slow pace, engaging our triceps, engaging our abdominals. Nice job. Make sure you're breathing. Let's do 2 more. Last one. And release. Awesome job. All right, let's face the front of the room. Let's go ahead and grab that spring in front of you. Again, we're gonna grab it with the outside arm for our side arm abduction. Let's go ahead and stand up nice and tall, parallel feet. Hip bones are pointing forward, and then we're gonna take our arm out and bring it back. She's squeaky. Last 2. And last one. Shake it out. Let's go ahead and grab the handle with interlaced fingers with both hands. Again, our hip bones are facing straight forward, shoulders are down and back, slight bend in your knees, and then we're going to start twisting our torso and turning towards the aisleway. For our oblique twist, make sure your shoulders are down and back. Nice adjustment. Imagine there's a beach ball between your chest and your hands, so really keeping that wide space between your chest and your hands. Last 3. And 2. And 1. And release. Shake it out. And then let's go ahead and hang out those yellow strings back to your leg, please. All right, let's come and face the back of the room again. We're going to use our purple sprays for our legs. So let's go ahead and take the purple, the black strap of the purple spring that's in front of you. We're gonna take it in our outside leg, so everyone is hooking that strap into the arch of the outside leg. Make sure you're standing at about the front of that springboard as best as you can. Make sure there's enough tension. Holding on to the springboard if you need to. We're gonna take our leg and extend it out. Start using our glutes, our quads, our adductors, and our hamstrings to really create this move. Our abs are engaged, so we're taking that strap out and in, bringing it back. Parallel feet as we bringing it back in. So keep it as aligned as you can together. Make sure there's enough tension in that spring. You should be feeling this in that outer leg here, in your hips, and your glutes, or gluteus medius is engaged here. Next time we bring it out, we're gonna keep it out here, and then we're gonna pulse. Pulse, pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it, and then let's go ahead and draw circles 5 times with that leg for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then reverse the direction of the circles. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. Let's go ahead and keep that same strap in that same foot, but we're going to turn around and face the front of the room. So we're working our adductors. And if you want to grab the gray foam roller that's close to you, let's see, yeah, you can hold on to it for balance, because I'm going to need you to step out about halfway to the mat. So Alessandra, turn this way. And then hold on to the foam roller. And then we're gonna take that leg on the diagonal across our body. So we're working our adductors, our inner thigh, balancing and working our inner thigh here. Is everyone feeling this in their adductors? Yeah? Okay, great. Make sure you're standing up nice and tall. Make sure your abdominals are engaged. Next time you bring it up, we're gonna keep it up here and we're gonna pulse. So pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly release. Go ahead and release that loop. We're gonna still face the front of the room, but now we're gonna move that foam roller out of the way for now, and we're gonna grab the front purple spring and then take that loop into your outside leg. Yes, I'm gonna take that into your outside leg, the arch of your outside leg, or foot. And then we're gonna hold on again to the springboard. We're facing forward, our feet are parallel again, hip distance apart, and then let's take that leg out, extend it out and in. Keep balancing, keep using those glutes. Gluteus medius is our star of the day today here. Next time when you take it out, we're gonna keep it out here and we're gonna pulse. Slow, lift and lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep keep it up, and then we're gonna start our circles. Start drawing circles with the foot for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reverse. We're gonna draw circles in the opposite direction. Last 3, 2, and 1. Take a quick reset. We're gonna turn towards the back of the room. Again, grabbing that foam roller. Make sure that you use that for balance. We're gonna step out a little bit to make sure you have enough tension. Stand up nice and tall. Feet are parallel. Let's go ahead and take it on the diagonal. Again, engaging our adductors and our stabilizers to bring that leg in and out. And then next time you bring it up, let's keep it up and then pulse. Pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and slowly release. Let's come and sit on the reformer facing the back of the room. We're gonna go ahead and stretch out our hip flexors. We're gonna go into our figure 4 and our piriformis muscles and our glutes. So let's go ahead and come into figure 4 where one ankle goes on top of the knee. You can lean forward. That's awesome. Oh, is it? It's too much. And then when you're ready, you can go ahead and switch to the other side. So we are going to go back to our mats and we're going to do a couple of full body exercises. So let's go ahead and come standing on our mats again. And then again, we're going to go ahead and face the aisleway. We're going to start again with our roll down. So inhale, exhale, slowly roll down one vertebra at a time. And then come into our plank position. Let's go ahead and lower our knees. We're gonna go into our bird dog. So let's go ahead and have our arms straight, shoulders are in line with our wrists, make sure we're aligned, and then let's go ahead and take our right hand and left leg out. And then take it on the diagonal. So take it out on the diagonal with our arm going out about 45 degrees, leg going out slightly, and then bring it back, forward, then bring the arm back down. Let's go ahead and alternate with the other hand. So we're gonna continue our bird dogs. So our objective here, it's okay, Kate, I got it. Our objective here is to make sure that we keep our balance. Our torso is nice and aligned, nice and elongated. As we take that arm out into diagonal and that leg out into diagonal, and then bring it back down. As we switch over to the other side, make sure we're alternating side to side. We're inhaling, exhaling, abdominals are engaged, our head is in line with our upper back. So here, this challenge is in going slow and keeping our body stable through this exercise. So if we go too fast, we're gonna lose the purpose of this exercise. So we wanna go really slow. Make sure we're balancing and keeping that beautiful tabletop position with our upper back and our glutes alignment from all the way ahead from your head to your glutes. Creating that beautiful straight line from your fingers all the way to your toes. Nice straight line. Let's do 2 more. On each side. Beauty is in the simplicity of this exercise. I love it. You can always do this while you're watching TV too. This is always a great exercise for the family. All right, child's pose. Let's go ahead and lie on our bellies while we're on the mat. We're gonna do a set of our swimming exercises here. So let's go ahead and lay down. Make sure your pelvic bones are glued to the mat. Your belly button is lifted slightly off the mat. Your glutes are engaged. As you lift your right hand and your left leg up, and then alternate like you're swimming. Keep lifting through those abdominals. Keep both of our pelvic bones on the ground. This is a great back body exercise, full body exercise as well. Let's go fast, 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 like a shark is chasing you for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And come into child's pose. Let's slowly get off our mats. Slowly roll up 1 vertebra at a time. And then let's come to our chairs. We should all be at 1, spring at 3. We're gonna do our mermaids on the chair. So we're gonna go ahead and face the front of the room. And one leg is going to be dangling in the front. The other leg is going to go out into the aisleway. You're going to be resting almost on the arch of your foot that's on the ground. Make sure it stays on the ground the entire time. We're gonna sit up nice and tall. Our arms are going to go into a T position. Grab the pedal. We're gonna lean over, lower that pedal, and lean over into that side body stretch. Keep extending through that beautiful side body stretch. Stretch it out, inhale, and then exhale, come up, go into your counter stretch. Next time, again, we're gonna go down. Arms are by your side, grab that pedal. I want you to stay down. I want you to turn your torso and grab that pedal with both hands. And then pump that pedal a couple times, lifting and lowering. When we lift and come up, I want you to go into that nice upper back body extension, almost like a mini swan, and then lower the pedal back down. So again, as we inhale, come up into that beautiful mini swan position, expand your chest, and then lower it back down. Let's do that one more time, slow. Enjoy that beautiful stretch. Bring it down. And then slowly come up and then unrotate and come into your counter stretch. Nice work here. Let's go ahead and turn around. Let's do this on the other side. sure you keep that foot on the ground the entire time. Take your arms out into a T position, and then go ahead and lean over, grab that pedal, and then lower down, create that beautiful side body stretch. Take a deep inhale as you come up, and then go into your counter stretch. Again, go ahead and take your arms into a T, lower down, grab the pedal. This time we're gonna twist and turn and grab the pedal with both hands. We're gonna lower and lift. As we lift and come into that upper back extension, I want you to enjoy that upper back extension, expand your chest, go into that swan, mini swan position, and then lower back down. Let's do that 2 more times. Last one here. And then inhale, come up, counter rotation. Nice work. Beautiful job. All right, let's go ahead and come to our reformers with 1 red and 1 blue, which should already be there. And we're gonna lay down for our last stretches. Let's just go ahead and take some deep breaths. We're just gonna take some deep breaths. Let's go ahead and inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Thank you very much for your time today. Thank your bodies for working so hard. Hope you have a wonderful rest of the day.